What do entrepreneurs struggle with most? An entrepreneur faces many challenges, many of which are difficult to handle. Few of these difficult challenges have the potential to shake the faith of the entrepreneurs in their venture. Continuing to believe in the potential of the venture, despite the challenges and the roadblocks, is a difficulty that entrepreneurs have to endure. Especially difficult when family, friends and well-wishers advise them to give up. Here is a list of what I think are a few difficulties that entrepreneurs face. I don't think there is the one that is most critical or most prevalent. As an entrepreneur, you could face some or all of these over your entrepreneurial journey. 1. To leave the option of a well-paying job. 2. To continue believing in the potential of the concept despite many wise well-wishers telling you that it won't work. 3. Taking the tough decision to let a few employees go when the going is not good. 4. When the assumptions that you made just don't hold good in the marketplace. 5. When you have to shut down a venture in which you had immense faith. Despite all the challenges, I love being an entrepreneur. Every single day I am doing what I enjoy doing. The challenges are a part of the journey and addressing them is a delight. The hardest part of being an entrepreneur is the uncertainty. The last few months were extremely difficult for me in every possible way. I was pretty sure I'm gonna lose my company. It's now almost 2 years since the company was established. We focused on a very niche market. 1. It helped us to grow fast, but it made us also very vulnerable to the market situation. From working by myself in a coffee place next to my house for 15 hours a day, the company grew to 7 full-time employees. And we moved from the coffee place into an actual office. We enjoyed fast growth and some fat contracts with clients all over the world. The feeling of starting from the bottom too, and being value to our clients is amazing, but it also makes me sleep with an eye open. Exactly like how a parent constantly cares about her child. When you own a company, you care about it all the time. A few months ago the market we are at changed and many companies went bankrupt. As a marketing company, we felt it right away. The first thing that companies cut when they get into survival mode is their marketing budget. Overnight many of our clients told us they can't extend the contract and we found ourselves in a risky situation for our business. We still had 7 employees and plenty of company expenses. My partner and I decided to minimize all of our expenses and focus on strengthening our brand. If you are finding a right answer is finance. Entrepreneurs' first and last struggle is with finance. Of course, the cause points out to many other things. I would list down few of those. 1. Human resources. 2. Marketing strategy. 3. Commitments. 4. Patience. Unless and until you have enough money to fuel your idea for sufficiently longer time, do not get into the entrepreneurship. That doesn't mean that all those who had no money didn't succeed. They did, but with help of others' money. So there are 2 options, either you should have money or you should get sufficient funding in timely manner. Whether it is Apple or Amazon, they got the timely funding. Mark Markula funded Apple with $2 million when Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak were in garage. Jeff Bezos had Wall Street background. This allowed him to make sound business model, because he used to analyze other businesses. Also, due to contacts in finance industry, Amazon received timely funding, and could become public in just 4 years. To overcome this difficulties in earlier stage, the strategy is to ensure you remain totally lean. This is so to ensure your money is always sufficient to keep your company alive. I think the mix for each is a bit different and will depend on industry. For example, my company falls into the B2B service space, while my client base is spread across service, med device and high tech. I'll share what I've experienced and observed, and this list is probably close, some may overlap, and this is just a stream of consciousness. 1. Balance deals, delivery and development. I learned this early on, and many entrepreneurs don't pay enough attention to top-line revenue. They get stuck with delivery and development of product, process, etc. 2. Hire employees who have a growth mentality, can be agile and are not afraid to break things to maintain speed and direction. 3. Focus on what you know, do best, turn everything else over to those who do it better and know more. Trusted advisors are key. 4. Check ego at the door. I've seen good ideas die because someone held close a bias or insecurity that was detrimental to the business. 5. Assuming knowledge of the market and/or customer needs is dangerous. My clients often are midlife and have hit the wall growing top-line revenue. That's because the market shifted, the company's value prop is weak, or a host of other reasons that deal with market intimacy. The moment you think you've figured out for the long term, you're wrong. 6. Learn to think like a CEO. Manage risk, operations, sales and bottom line. 7. Spend money wisely. I've seen PE-backed companies burn through millions of dollars on fancy furniture and digs that have nothing to do with going to market. And, frankly, this overlaps with ego a bit. 8. Think. My late partner from one of my companies hammered into me the necessity to get away and think about the business. He would tell me to take my notebook and laptop to the park, get away from the office, and just sit and think. You must step back at regular intervals and pour through your thoughts. I doodle on a legal pad to this day for ideas and mainly to shoot down my own hypotheses and biases. 9. Empower employees. One small risk invested in an employee can pay big. If you see a glimmer of a particular talent area, give that employee a chance. Most often, you will be pleasantly surprised. 10. Measure everything, but most importantly pay attention to top line. Nothing moves without sales.